there guys, Super Kipling here, what is up? Today I'm going to be doing a quick little before you play on Planetside 2 on the PS4. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what it's like to be a new player, and how to play, what it is, what it's like, and a few quick tips and tricks. Now this is the beta, just so you know, as you can see by the little icons at the top left corner. So there may be some new features added in the final release of it, June 23rd. But, not sure, it's pretty cleared now, so I don't know if they'll have to do much anything else. First off, just to tell you what Planetside 2 is. Planetside 2 is an MMO FPS by Daybreak, in which three factions, the Vanu Sovereignty, what is their name? The New Conglomerate and the Terran Republic, will fight for supremacy over the four continents. You have the four continents, Hassan, Indar, Amarish, and Ensimer, and then you have this little training one out here, Coulter, which kinda sucks. All of these have different biomes, different terrains, and they all give different perks when you completely lock them in. By lock them in, what I mean is, in-game, what you do is you will capture control points at the facilities. You capture a facility, you capture that chunk of terrain. You capture chunks of terrain all over the map. If you capture the entire map, you lock out a continent and gain a bonus. So now that you know that, I want to tell you a bit about the factions. The Vanu Sovereignty, they tend to have lighter armor, they run a bit faster, or at least their maxed armor does. We'll get to max armor later. And they have laser weapons, because they worship aliens. Or the corpses of them. Technicalities are annoying. You have the Terran Republic. Terran Republic likes normal kinds of weapons. You know, the old rat-a-tat-tat Tommy gun kind of things. They're like very fast-firing weapons with the normal bullets and whatnot. And then you have the New Conglomerate, the faction I generally will play. And they have slower firing, but higher damage weapons. And they have a slower reload, that is one downside. But they generally have some better armor, and most people I know, like to say that they have better looking max armor. I don't know if I even agree with that, to be honest, but I'll take it. So anyway, on to the gameplay. The gameplay plays like a normal FPS, essentially, with the exception of the fact that you don't really get that many points, major objective-wise, for kills. You'll get currency, or experience. And, well, yeah, experience towards your battle rank. But the biggest thing about this game that I love is, one, that there is friendly fire, and also that it is open world, if you couldn't guess. By which I mean there are not matches. You spawn in and go freaking nuts. That's all you do. Now, I want to show you a bit of the aircraft stuff first, because I really love it. I'm an aircraft enthusiast, if you didn't know, so I'm going to show you a bit of this. Let me just pop into the Reaver Fighter. I love these things a lot. So they have pretty basic controls. You got ascend, descend, forward throttle, tilt yaw. Some utilities, and somewhere on here there's a horn. I love my horn. But anyway, you're going to have some pretty simplistic controls on here. The map is actually really big, unless you're freaking going nuts on a fighter jet. I've been afterburner. But anyway, also lots of tanks, mobile spawn points, squads. You have outfits, which are essentially guilds, for those of you who've played an MMO. And, I can't think of anything else to relate them to be honest. Maybe like a Combine or an Alliance, if you've played some other games. But yeah, they're essentially like that. Most of them will have a center of what they'll do. They'll have that in the filter that you can search it with. Some of them will be based off of air supremacy or really good armoring. Things like that. They'll say it on there. And one other great feature I love about this is the fact that they have really good squad systems. If your squad becomes large enough, your squad will form into a platoon with separate sub-squads, like Omega, Charlie, Beta, and Alpha. You get the gist, right? It's fairly simple, but it allows really big groups of people to do really coordinated things. Let me just switch weapons. The weaponry in this game is very fun. Right now I'm using Coyote missiles on my Reaver jet. The Reaver jet is an extremely fast jet, the New Conglomerate fighter. The Vanu have scythes, which look kind of like UFOs. That's basically what all their ships look like. Well, not all their ships, most of their stuff. They have the mag riders, which look just like sides, except they're a tank. But anyway, on to the next bit. Let me show you a bit of the ground gameplay. See if I can land this successfully. I'm really terrible at this. Nope, 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 nope. One thing I forgot to mention, there are classes in this. And that will definitely change the way you play. Each class has access to different sets of abilities and some different weapons. For example, I play light assault generally because I love the jetpack that they have and the fact that they do not really sacrifice much armor. And they have access to most good weapons. Now you can see how this generally works. Yay, I ranked up. Your health bar is in the bottom middle. It's not very well displayed, I do have to say. It's one thing that always irks me. And one thing that kills me about the PS4 version is there are very long load screens for respawns. You're going to have to reload the map essentially every time you die. Sucks, but I guess it's necessary. PCs just operate better than consoles sometimes. But on to the next thing. Let me think. Oh, max armor. That's what I needed to talk about. Okay, that nanites. Now, just for a quick example.
Engineer is under our control. Great work.
You have certification points. You can see my currency up at the top right. The certification points, they're little orange rings, not the ones that have the letters inside. They're little orange rings, the ones I have 121 of. And you get those just from generally killing, ranking up, that sort of thing. You're going to use those to purchase gear. For example, if I wanted to buy something new, I think I'm going to equip this. Actually, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to equip this. Now, this is just beta. That's why they made things so inexpensive. But, yeah, that's why. Daybreak Cash, it's the one just to the left of the certification points. That is used for micro-purchasing, essentially, because this is free-to-play. And you really have to have micro-purchasing if you're going to do free-to-play. And then you have nanites, the bottom right. Those are very important. You use them to purchase vehicles and these motherfuckers. These big bitches. These
MAC are heavy infantry and vehicle class power armor with modular weapon systems that can be configured to handle infantry, vehicles, and aircraft.
Thank you, computer. I think I'll do the rest from here. But actually, we just conquered this continent, which is perfect because now I can explain the Max. What the Max essentially is it is a big armored tank that moves very fast. One of the basic abilities you'll start with is Charge. It's a basic melee ability. Maxes have devastating melees. You dual wield your weapons. And they have a combined reload. They won't reload one at a time, so you can just reload both and get back to shooting crap. They're great for taking down vehicles. Different weapons are good for different things, though. Some are anti-aircraft, some are anti-armor, some are anti-infantry. That is definitely good to know based off of what you play, how you play. You know, basic stuff. But anyway, nanites. Nanites, you're going to start out with 450 of them when you spawn in. What nanites do... Actually, let me check. They might have changed that. Yeah, 450. You're going to regenerate 50 nanites every minute. This is to keep people from needing to have either excessive skill, excessive currency, or daybreak cash to be able to get vehicles, and also keeping it to where you aren't going to be able to get vehicles just like that. You see what I mean? It's game balancing in action. So that's all for today, at least for commentary. I'm going to show you a bit of the Max's capabilities. While I'm out here, let me just show you what I'm using on this Max is, damn. I'm using an NCM3 Raven. I am not using a raisin. It's a scatter cannon. Essentially, it's good for cutting through enemy squads. It's good for just mowing down guys. You have the... What the hell is it? The AF-23 Grinder. Now what? Motherfucker. I'll have to report that to the devs. Basically what this is it's a basic anti-aircraft, anti-armor thing. And they're gunning it, which is nice. Let's see what I can do. Oh, that'll be fun. But there you go. We'll see you guys later, and have a good time.